You guys, that's completely unnecessary. You do not need to store your line in a bucket of water. I know there are some people out there that say you should store it in a bucket of water, but you guys, it's a 5-gallon bucket of water. It's ridiculously heavy and quite large. So where are you gonna store it on your trailer? My solution, it works better. So I have a much better solution for you guys. Watch this. So this brings me to my very first tip for you guys. Make a bunch of these. That way there you can just carry them around in your pocket while you're mowing grass. And when you run out, when you're on the lawn, you don't have to walk all the way back to your trailer because you know that wastes time and time is money. So you just make up a whole bunch of these, put them in a Ziploc baggie just like this. So you just sit here, make up a bunch of these, watch your favorite TV shows. I'm watching myself right now on my TV. And you just get yourself a nice roll and get your arm's length out that you need. Spool them up on your hand like so. I use Black Diamond for those of you guys that are wondering. This is the Echo Black Diamond, and this is the .095. Also, I got my roll of duct tape right here. I got my scissors to cut my line after I've already got my arm's length, and then I just take a couple of strips of duct tape just like so, and just put it right on there like this. Flip it over so there's a nice tear off tab when I'm out in the field doing my work, so that when I need this I can just throw the duct tape in my pocket and then toss it in the garbage can when I'm done. You guys, this is a huge game changer, huge lifesaver right here. So I just fill up a few of these, and after I've got like 5 or 10 of these made up for the whole season, or if I just use the entire roll, I fill up a whole bunch of these. I just store them in my garage and I keep one of them in my truck so that I'm ready to go. And yeah, like when you have it's a rainy day or it's a day where you're not gonna be out mowing any grass, just fill up a whole bunch of these Ziploc baggies and you're good to go. You don't have to worry about it the rest of the year. You can watch your favorite YouTuber and watch his videos if you wanted to. So that's tip number 1, you guys. String trimmer line, spool them up, get them ready to go. Tip number 2. You guys see this mower? 61 inches. You think that's gonna fit into every single space that you possibly have in your yard? Absolutely not. But don't worry, I got the solution for you. Check this out. All right, so this is my backyard, right? My mower is not gonna be able to get into certain corners and areas because it's only gonna go so far before it pushed up against the tree or the house or wherever it may be. So maybe it's the very first time you're ever on this property and you're not really quite sure what you can get with the mower. So here's my solution. Mow first, string trim after. That way there you know what your mower can get and what it can't get, and then afterwards you're gonna come back through with a string trimmer and clean up all those areas your mower could not get. Sometimes the grass is gonna be really long, especially on like first-time clients who might have a lot of really tall grass, and I know it's important to make sure those grass clippings end up in the yard so that the mower can go over them and mulch them up for you to get a better product. But it's a little give and it's a little take. That way there you're not weed whacking first or string trimming first, and then all of a sudden you go mow and then you're like, crap, I missed a bunch of corners, small tight spaces that my mower couldn't get to. Then you got to go bring your mower back to your trailer, grab your string trimmer, then come right back out and then redo your stuff again. It's just going to save you a few minutes. You might as well just go ahead and get the mowing done first, and then maybe the next time you come through, next week or 2 weeks later, you come through, you know, hey, I have to hit that with the string trimmer this time around. So you can string trim first and you're good to go. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3, you guys, and this is probably one of my favorite tips that I don't see a lot of people talking about, and that is your daily backpack blower. Now let me explain. If you're out mowing 20, 30, 40 yards a week, whatever it may be, you have absolutely no reason to be carrying around this big old hunk of a machine right here. This thing is just ridiculous. Yes, it blows leaves like a champ. We're not talking about leaves. We're talking about just the daily blowing off of driveways, patios, porches, things of that nature. This thing is ridiculous. You do not need to be carrying around all this weight. You guys, save your back, okay? You don't need to be lugging this thing around when you don't need to. This is the Husqvarna 570 BTS, and this is the Echo PB 9010T. The T just simply means the throttle's right there, whatever. We won't get into that. This is a must when it comes to leaf cleanups, spring cleanups, when you're taking debris out of people's yards. This is a must. Must you carry it on your trailer every single day when you're going out and doing your job? Absolutely not. So 2 really big takeaways from this is it's massive, you guys. It's huge. It weighs so much. You don't want to use this on your dailies. Also, another thing is it sucks gas. It's just be drinking and drinking and drinking those fluids. You don't need to be using such a monster leaf blower on simple daily mowing routes. Go with the smaller one. Go with something a little bit smaller. This thing still packs a huge punch, you guys. Don't let its size fool you. I mean, you can see the size comparison though. Like this thing is just like the big brother. Like we all know the PB9, we all know the crown, the king of leaf blowers, this guy right here. Daily routes, use something smaller. Tip number 4, also a great one too that I've learned over the years. If you've got a utility trailer, put some walls on it. And if I could do it all over again, I would probably bring these walls about half because I don't need it all the way. I never fill this thing up. I've never filled it all the way up, you know, way up here. I mainly put these walls up on this trailer just so I have somewhere to put my cages and my rack so that my equipment sits on there. And that's also part of number 4 too, is if you can afford these, if you can get these, I would definitely get them. It makes you look a little bit more professional, more put together, and they're really great. They hold your equipment, they lock them down, they all have keys. Super awesome. So yeah, if you have a utility trailer, put some walls on there, extra storage. It's really awesome. And if you can, go out and get yourself some of these cargo buckles right here. And the reason why I have these cargo buckles is because without them, this gate is just slamming up against the trailer nonstop. Super annoying. You're gonna end up breaking these pins down here at some point in time because all the rattling, and when you're going down the road, this is constantly just making so much noise. It's super irritating. It's so loud. It's so annoying. Constant vibrations you don't even need. Pick you up some of these. You can get them on Amazon. I just put it right on the gate just like that. Give it a couple clicks. Now she's tight on there. She ain't going nowhere. Works great. Awesome tip for you guys. Utility trailer. Get some racks if you can. Awesome investment. Tip number 5. You guys, look at this truck. Look at this. It's almost as tall as me. This is stupid. I wish I would have known this when I first got the truck I wanted. The reason why I did get this truck is because it has the towing package and it's awesome. It's so much needed. I didn't have to end up going with like an F250 or an F350. This thing will still pull like over 13,000 pounds, which is why I was like, yeah, that's way more than I'll ever need. But it has a lift on it. It's kind of stupid. But it has it's part of the Raptor series. So it has like the upgraded Fox shocks and suspension and stuff underneath of it. And it came with this lift on it. And it's kind of annoying, you guys, when you need to get into the bed of your truck for any way, I mean, pretty much for anything daily in your life. Getting into this truck is kind of a pain. It's lifted up, it's kind of a butt. And then also when you're pulling trailers, as you can see, I have a drop hitch and it's all the way down. It's always going to be all the way down. And it's all the way down, and then this trailer still is not level. It's kind of a butt. And if you know anything about trailers and trucks and towing and all that, you want to have your payload pretty much as level as you can get it. Give yourself a nice smooth path down the road. All right, tip number 5. All right, you guys, we're on to tip number 6 already. And if you are enjoying the video so far, do me a huge favor and smash that like button. I really appreciate it. It helps me out so much, helps out the algorithm, and then other people can see this video as well. So moving on to number 6, we have, when you're starting a lawn care business, start with what you got. Don't go out and buy a brand new standard ZK just because they're the best mower. I'm not being biased. I'm just saying they really are. They're fantastic mowers. You don't have to go out and buy a brand new mower. You don't have to go out and buy a stand-up mower on Facebook Marketplace just because everybody on YouTube says the stand-ups are the best. They really are. But if you only have 1 client or 2 clients or 3 clients, why are you buying an $8,000 lawnmower? Use a push mower. That's what a lot of us started with. Everybody starts with a push mower because they're starting with what they have. When you only have 1 client or 5 clients, you guys, you're not raking in the dough. You're making maybe like a couple $100 a week, if that. So don't start your business off going way into debt when you don't need to. When I first started my business, I was using my wife's Ford Edge, which is an SUV. So I would literally put my push mower in there. And then at the time, I didn't even have a string trimmer. I didn't even know you needed a string trimmer. So after I did my first client's yard, I was like, okay, I'm going to take this money. I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to get a string trimmer. I'm going to come back and I'm going to finish string trimming this dude's yard. Swear, that's exactly how it happened. So stupid. And I didn't have a leaf blower. I used a broom. Believe it or not, I used a push mower, I didn't have a string trimmer, and I used a broom. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't even know lawn care existed. I didn't even know it was something that you could do for money. But boy, I'm so glad I did. So, tip number 6, start with what you got. If you don't have a push mower, go on Facebook Marketplace, find yourself a decent used one. I'm sure you can get them for somewhere under $100. They're all over the place, you guys, and they're super, super easy to work on. Just remember, if it does blow up or does something crazy and it's expensive to fix, scrap it. Go get a new one. Well, not a new one, but Facebook Marketplace again. Tip number 7, as you can tell, PPE. And I know a lot of you guys have seen my videos, and you guys have probably seen me wearing glasses, a face mask, and some kind of ear protection. That is so important. Now, you guys, I cannot tell you how many times I've been driving down the road, and instead of paying attention to the cars that are in front of me, I look over and I happen to see this old man driving his Cub Cadet, no headphones, he's got no ear protection, he's got no glasses on, he's just living his best life, blowing all the grass clippings into the yard, not giving a flying fart. So these are the AirPods. I use these. I absolutely love them. But they were not the first choice I had. The very first thing I used to use is just these 3Ms. Right here, these earmuffs, and they go over your ear, and they do a fantastic job, you guys. If you're not the type of person that listens to music, if you just want to listen to your beautiful mower start purring, I'd get you some 3Ms to start you out. They're pretty cheap, pretty easy to find. Also, you can get yourself a nice pair of safety glasses. I have these everywhere. I have like 3 pairs in my truck. I've got 3 or 4 pairs in my garage. I typically will wear my sunglasses because, well, they're 2-in-1. They're also my safety glasses, and they also block out the sun, which is something that you're going to encounter when you're outside all the time mowing grass. So I use sunglasses, but you don't have to. You can get yourself some of these. This is a very simple, thin face mask or face covering, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure people call it a face mask, but these are so cheap, you guys. You can pick them up everywhere. It's just like a little tube. Goes right over your face, and then when you're done and you don't need to have your nose and your mouth covered, you can just pull it down, wear it on your neck, and use it all day long. Throw it in the washer, it's good to go. You can also pick up something a little bit more extreme. If maybe you're doing something, you know, you can put one of these on too. I mean, it's up to you. You guys, there's plenty of options. I would definitely wear a face mask though, because it's very dusty. You're getting lots of dust particles in the air, and you're just, if you're doing multiple yards every single day, you guys, you don't want to be sucking that stuff in. So I would highly recommend you pick up a face mask. Also, here's another, this is kind of like the headphones and then the earmuffs combined. These are DeWalt's. They have built-in Bluetooth, so if I wanted to, I could wear these. It just depends on what you guys are looking for, like if these work for you. And then also something I would not pick up, learn from my mistakes. These are the ISO tunes, and I've seen lots of people use them. Maybe they work for them, maybe they, you know, I just got a bad pair or something, but these are really, really quiet, you guys. Even on like max volume, these are quiet, and I think that's what they were designed for. I'm pretty sure they were made so that people in manufacturing or loud places can still hear stuff going on, but I don't want to hear my mower and my string trimmer and my leaf blower all day long. Like, I can literally hear all those things over my music when I'm wearing these earbuds, and these things were pretty expensive. I want to say they were just over $100. So I tried to return them, and they said they can't return them if they're open, so that sucks, but whatever. But yeah, those are the ISO tunes. I don't recommend them, but that's just me. I have an iPhone, so I picked up these bad boys, and you guys, these are just insane because they have a mode on here called a noise cancellation. And when I tell you I'm standing on my mower with my volume halfway up on my phone and my mower is just fully engaged, I can't even hear it. I really can't. The noise cancellation, the music's coming through so crystal clear. It's very quiet. Dude, the noise cancellation on these headphones is a must, and I think you can pick these up for like $100 or $150. PPE is super important. Don't be that guy. If I catch you out in your lawn, well, it's your lawn. You got to do what you want. You can only just take my advice. But I'm telling you, PPE is very important. Don't sleep on it. Also, another thing you want to get is a pair of gloves. If you want to get a thin pair and then a nice thick pair, because you never know when you're going to be messing with thorns, or if you're messing with some stuff, you know, wet, nasty leaves or garbage or anything like that, you want to make sure you got a nice pair of gloves. Tip number 8. This is the tip that I used when I first got started, and it has literally helped me out so much, and that is to use an app called Lawn Buddy. Those of you guys that watch the channel, you probably heard me refer to this app before, but it's completely free, 100% free. A couple weeks ago, I downloaded it on my wife's phone, who's never had it before whatsoever. I put in all her information like you're supposed to do. I put in some clients and I started some jobs, and it's 100% free. There is a pro version that you could use to like track your crews and do some kind of special invoicing and stuff like that. But you guys, Lawn Buddy. It's an app on your phone. I'm not sure if it's in every single state, so if it's not, I'm sorry, but you guys, it's totally free and it works on your phone, which is the best part. So a quick breakdown about Lawn Buddy is when I need to go do my daily routes, like my Monday routes or my Tuesday routes or whatever it is, I just pull up my phone and I look at it and I'm like, okay, these are the jobs that I have open. And when I say jobs, I mean it goes through a whole list and it tells you their name and their address and their price and the date it's supposed to get done, which is so awesome, you guys, because when it comes to lawn care, there's so many things you have to keep track of. Trying to make sure you go to the right place at the right time can be a little bit of a burden, so that's where this app comes into play and it helps you guys out so much. I'm telling you, if you can download it and give it a try, I totally would. I don't get paid anything from you guys using that app. I'm just trying to help you out the best I can. Lawn Buddy can be your best friend. Tip number 9. And I can tell you right now, this is very important, especially if you're just now getting started. Put yourself on the web, you guys. People are using the internet like crazy. I don't care how you do it. You can use Facebook, you can use Instagram, you can use Snapchat, you can use Twitter, you can use Google, whatever it is. A lot of these are free, so you might as well use them. Put up a couple of pictures. If you don't have pictures of yourself doing them, just use a simple picture that you can find up on Google for free. Making a Google business page is very important and helped me out a ton. You can really set yourself apart from a lot of different people if you have a good Google page. And two of the most important things when it comes to a good Google page is your reviews, and then also in your title if you have a simple but yet loud name. So for instance, mine is DeWolf Lawn Care LLC residential/commercial, and that it's very important to put residential and commercial, because if there's a commercial client looking for a lawn care service, they might add that in their search description, so you might be one of the top ones that pop up. Also, Google is going to ask you a ton of information, so if I were you, I would do the best you can filling out all that information. Even though it sounds a little bit tedious and sounds a little silly, I would do the best I could to make sure you fill out everything, telling them everything you do, from power washing to snow plowing to leaf removal, gutter cleaning, irrigation, whatever it is that you do, whatever you offer, I would definitely put it on Google. Don't sleep on it. If it takes you an hour to build a beautiful Google page, it's going to pay for itself in the long run, absolutely. Now, what I have up here is my Facebook page, and for those of you guys that do use Facebook, in the last 4 years, have only picked up one client from Facebook. Maybe it's where I'm located, but it's just not really worth my time and my energy to have ads out on Facebook and to put up posts and pictures all the time on Facebook. I'm just not getting anywhere with it. It just seems like a big waste of time, especially when, I'm married, I have a son, I'm selling firewood, I'm doing a lawn care business, and I'm also creating YouTube content for you guys. I don't have the time to add a silly Facebook page. What I've noticed over the years is the clientele you get from Facebook is kind of on the cheaper, lower end, so it's not really for me, somebody who's offering a premium service. There's just a lot of people that jump up on Facebook, get in the comments, and they're like, I'll do it today for $20. And that's just not me. So yes, you probably can get people, and there's a good way to spread the word through Facebook, but for me, it just hasn't worked. What has worked for me is my Google reviews, you guys. That is number one. You need to get Google reviews. So any clients that you work for, beg them for a Google review. Give them a discount. Whatever it is you can do to get them to get you a review, because if you just start and you just put up your page and all of a sudden you got 10, 15, 20 5-star Google reviews with descriptions and pictures and all that stuff of your work, those people are doing 90% of the work for you, you guys, because you're going to get phone calls. I get phone calls every spring for new lawn care. 90% come from Google. And then the other one that you guys should not sleep on is your local buyer's guide. And what I mean by that is there are people out there and a lot of good clients out there that who still go to the store and still get their normal newspaper. And in that, there's actually a section where you can advertise your business. Believe it or not, a lot of people who can't mow their grass are elderly, and they probably don't even have Facebook. They probably don't have Google. They probably just read read their newspaper like they've always done for the last 80 years. And I get quite a few of my clients from my local buyer's guide. And I can tell you for the price, it's totally worth it. For 3 months of like a bold underlined big old box in the buyer's guide is like $30. So like $10 a month, I'm in the local buyer's guide. And yes, I've gotten plenty of clients from my local buyer's guide, you guys. Great tip right there. Use the internet. It's 2024, almost 2025, you guys. You can't sleep on the internet. I'm telling you, Facebook is just the very bottom of my list. I would much rather advertise on Snapchat before I advertise on Facebook. So you guys, I hope that one helps. All right, you guys, last but not least, number 10. That's right, 10 fingers. You want to learn everything you possibly can about lawn care before you get into the industry. Why? Because it's there and it's free. So get on YouTube, you guys. Watch these pros. These guys are amazing at what they do. They've been doing it for a very long time and they love to make content about it, you guys. So why not take that opportunity to send yourself to school and learn from the pros? Yes, my videos do have some knowledge and I give you guys all the tips I possibly can, but I'm not telling you to watch me and listen to just me. Don't just take my word for it, you guys. I'm not a pro. I don't know everything, and I'll tell you that right from the get-go. I don't know everything. So go watch everybody else's videos and then get some tips for them, like why do they use this mower? Where do they live? What kind of grass do they see? Are they weeding? Are they seeding? What kind of seed are they doing? Like when's the best time to water? Because believe it or not, you guys, when you're giving people quotes, they're going to ask you questions. And if you're standing there with a thumb up your bum, just looking like an idiot and you don't know what you're talking about, they're probably not going to go with you. But if you're there and you're confident and you have the answers for the questions that they're going to ask you, like for an example, I had a lady call me yesterday. She has asked me every single question under the sun. When I went to her yard and I was giving her a quote, she's the type of person who only mows her grass. She doesn't edge. She doesn't weed whack around her perimeter. She doesn't weed whack at all. So there was tall grass all over the place. She had a lot of dead spots. She had some uneven spots. She had some brown spots. She had questions about every single thing. So I had answers to every single thing. She literally told me, she said, wow, you really know your stuff, don't you? And I was like, well, I've been doing this for a long time, so yeah. But that's the best part, you guys. You don't have to be doing this for a long period of time to know all the things that the pros know. You can just watch what they do. They're more than willing to tell you guys how to do this and how to do that and what's the best thing for this and what's the best thing for that. So take that information and roll with it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was fun for me. I hope it was fun for you. Do me a huge favor, smash that like button. So come back, check out the next one. Peace, guys.